Hello everyone, this is Griffin Station back here with another Jump Force video, and in this video I will be finally doing characters people want for the series Hell Teacher Nube, or Jigoku Sensei Nube as some other people know it as. Now, before I get into this video, I just need to clarify that I take the comments from the previous video's comment section and put them up on the screen and read them out and read out which characters you all want in Jump Force. So without further ado, let's jump right into this. For our first comment, it comes from Derek Haggard, which says, for Hell Teacher Nube characters, the only one I can think of right now would be in Jump Force is Nube himself, since he is the main protagonist, along with the fact that he was in J-Star's Victory Versus. Our next comment comes from MathGist357, which says, for Hell Teacher Nube, I can only really see Meisuke Nueno himself being in it. And then Ome Heartless 21 says, Hell Teacher Nube, I'm fine with just Meisuke Nueno. I feel this is one of those manga/series that will only needs one, but I honestly hope he does return. And our last comment talking about Nueno says, Dark Phantom, which says, I hadn't really seen Hell Teacher Nube or know much about it, but I think it would be cool to see Meisuke return into Jump Force, since he was cool to play in J-Stars and would be cool to see him in Jump Force. I would want to see his moves to be like how they were. I would assume they're actually talking about J-Stars, not Jump Force. And so let's talk about Meisuke Nueno for a bit. He is a teacher, but it's not just a teacher. He basically exercises demons, and he has a really cool demon hand. He's just overall, I think, a really good pick for a game like this. I think that they could easily include him. He was in J-Stars. Just take his assets from J-Stars, port him over to Jump Force. I don't think it'd be really a problem. He is also pretty much a staple of Weekly Shonen Jump. His series sold a lot in Japan, and although he might not be as well known in other countries, in Japan he actually is pretty big, and I feel like that they'd sorely be missing something if they didn't even include at least Meisuke Nueno, or Nube as his students call him. The next comment comes from Evan Johnson, which says, I had to look up Jacqueline Muscle after you had refused to read the comment on her. That was in the previous video. But as for this video, he says, for Hell Teacher Nube, Kyosuke's powers would make an interesting moveset. He could use a Foxfire Jutsu fire attack, a barrier that could have special properties, and illusions to confuse his opponents. Now, something I really like about this comment is that he actually gives moveset potential ideas for a character, because this is a more obscure series to most people on the internet, and so they might not know, what moves this character would have. Like, if you're going to suggest a character, tell people what moves you think they could have, so people will be like, oh yeah, that could make sense in this type of fighting game. And so that's something really nice. As far as Kyosuke himself, he is a character that started out as sort of a villain, I want to say, then sort of, in the shonen genre, eventually becomes a friend of the protagonist. Now, I feel Kyosuke is a really cool character, and if they were going to include a second character, he could be a very good pick. He also has just amazing abilities, such as the ones listed in this comment, and I think he looks super cool also. So if you want to include multiple characters from Hell Teacher Nube, he is definitely one of them. Our next comment comes from Cork Shingu, which says, for Hell Teacher Nube, I can only really see Meisuke Nueno himself making it in, but I'd love to be wrong and see Yukimay and Kyosuke Tamamo make it in. And then Sam Adams also says, for Hell Teacher Nube characters, I want Nube, Tamamo, and Yukimay. Now, this new character that they're talking about is Yukimay. She is sort of the love interest of Nube, and also just a pretty powerful demon. She, I feel, would have the best chance out of all the characters in the series in terms of being a female representative. But again, it is sort of a balance in terms of who they end up actually choosing if they choose characters from Hell Teacher Nube. Yukimay uses ice abilities, essentially. That's basically it, but she is a pretty powerful demon, and I feel would be an interesting pick. She'd also just be, in terms of personality, be very different from the other characters that we have in this game. Now, Chad Block says, I want Mace, Zeki, Yukimay, Kyosuke, and I want Baki as a boss. Zeki is one of the new characters that Chad Block has mentioned. He is a villain of the series, and also, I want to say one of the main villains that are related to other villains. Mace has to fight Zeki, and I don't want to spoil it, but I guess it is a pretty old enough series. Ultimately destroys Zeki. Zeki is a formidable character, though, so I feel that he could be an interesting pick. I feel like after the three that we previously mentioned, though, they have less likely of a chance to actually be in Jump Force. Now, as far as Baki as a boss, I always loved the concept of boss ideas, and I just don't know at this point, we haven't gotten anything on bosses in the story mode, so I don't think we're going to be getting them. Of course, they could be just saving them as you know, launch reveal, being like, oh yeah, and here's this thing you didn't even know you were getting. So if we were going to get a boss from Hell Teacher Nube, Baki would definitely be the pick. And our last comment comes from Simba Cartoon Fan. And I put this comment last for multiple reasons. Mainly because I don't see almost any of these picks actually happening. I'm gonna read it out anyways. I'm not gonna really delve too much into it because Simba Cartoon Fan actually gives a lot of reasons as to, like, moveset potential for these characters, and I can let you guys ascertain for yourself if you think these characters could actually make it into Jump Force. So he starts off for Jigoku Sensei Nube characters for Jump Force. Nube's final awakening, same from J-Stars. Kyoko, student from class 5-3. Final awakening, she becomes angry and starts punching hard on her enemies' faces. Next one, Hiroshi, a soccer player character's finale. Awakening, he throws his soccer ball into the enemies and launches them into the goal. Miki Hosokawa, student from class 5-3 in Shi Arukuro Kubi. Final awakening, she stretches her neck and coils her enemies and drops them into the ground. Nagisa, a girl spider spirit in the third movie. Final awakening, she turns into a giant spider, ties up her enemies in a web, and breathes fire. Izuna, student from high school with Fox, Stubby. I can't read that word, but it's student from high school with a fox spirit. Final awakening, she uses her pyrokinetic and shoot and big bad fat fox spirit onto her enemies. And then the villain is just Zeki. We've already talked about Zeki. So, as far as the characters that I want in Jump Force from Hell Teacher Nube, you know, I have stated it earlier in this video, but I think that Mace-ki, I know obviously he's the main character. I think Kyosuke, and I would love to see Yukimay just because she would be a really fun female character to play as. But realistically, at this point, I think Mace-ki would be the only representative in Jump Force, if he even makes it. And that's where I'm ending this video. Normally I would say what series I would want comments about next, but at this point we're getting so close to the release, and it doesn't really seem like they're speeding up too much in their announcements, that I don't feel it's right for me to continue predicting and getting people's hopes up per se on characters that probably won't make it, because we've already covered a lot of the big series, and it seems like for Jump Force they're only covering really big series, unfortunately. So that's why I'm not going to be doing another characters people want. I might end up doing one in the future. I'll probably announce it on Twitter if I decide to do so, but as of right now, this is going to be the last characters people want until maybe a DLC season or something. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video or found it informative, please leave a like, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications so you are alerted whenever I upload. You can also click on the eye icon in the top right hand corner to see some of my recent videos. But other than that, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video or live stream. Bye!